All right. What is your name?
Nora Domzalski.
Where are you from, Nora?
I grew up in Detroit, Michigan,
How old were you on September 11th, 2001?
33 years old.
Where were you on September 11th?
I was at home with my young children.
Did you ever visit the World Trade Center in New York City before September 11th?
I've been past it on a visit to New York, never in it.
What do you remember about it?
Nothing really significant stuck out as there was a lot of tall buildings in New York.
How did you find out about the attacks?
The news, my mother had called that morning and told me to turn the television on.
What were you doing at that time?
At that time, I was playing with my two oldest, who were 3 and 1 at the time, in the living room.
What were your first feelings or emotions when you heard about the attacks?
Panic, fear. My brother was supposed to leave on a plane for his honeymoon that morning. He and his wife were supposed to leave from the airport to head out to Hawaii, and I was petrified that they were on one of the planes, and we weren't able to get a hold of him or her. And I remember calling their phones over and over and not being able to get through to them, and just worrying that they were dead.
What do you remember about the nation and its leaders coming together in the following days of September 11th?
I remember there was a lot of anger, a lot of stir for patriotism to rally up the masses and support to wage war on the terrorists.
Did you go to the World Trade Center site after the attacks?
No, I have not.
How do you feel about the building of World Trade Center 1?
I think it's a great symbol for, representation of American resilience.
Have you visited the 9/11 memorials in New York, Washington, or Pennsylvania?
No, I have not. My husband has in New York, but I haven't been fortunate enough to do that.
Do you believe the government should be able to listen to phone calls or read private emails in order to fight terrorism?
I believe that their question is subjective. I believe that if warranted, they should be able to subpoena private records, but I don't believe that there should be free reign to interfere in people's personal lives.
Do you believe the nation is safer today as a result of the changes that took place?
No, I do not. I believe that the intrusion into people's lives actually has put people at more of a heightened risk for fraud and other kinds of things that come along with invasion of privacy. I think that we're open targets.
Do you think that terrorism can be defeated?
I think that there'll always be a form of terrorism to fight. I believe that people must stand their ground in the face of injustice.
Has 9/11 changed you?
I suppose. I believe that it's turned my attention to follow politics a little bit more closely, to read more about our troops and things that are going on globally, and try to have a better understanding of what we're dealing with when it comes to terrorism.
What lessons should be learned from 9/11?
Um, I believe that what should be learned is that there's always a risk. Every day that we live, we face risks, and I believe that it's significant to remind us to always live the best life we possibly can live, because we don't know when our time's coming.
Why do you think it is important for students to learn about September 11th?
I believe that 9/11 on a universal platform has affected issues across the board, and all of which are important. Unity, patriotism, finances, banking, terrorism, global affairs. I think just the way that people react in situations is on a psychological level, it gives children a great understanding of unity. People really pulled together during that time, and I think that's important for children to understand.
Thank you for your time.
That sounded so stupid. Please don't play that in front of the bushes.